Hockey is back, baby, and boy, are we about to get a whole lot of it. And lucky for us, the Boston Bruins have started the season with a bang, showing us an unexpected level of unity, perseverance, and high-energy playmaking, making the first 2 games of the season highly entertaining. But can the Bees maintain this pace with a concentrated schedule over the next 4 months? This is a Bruins tape-to-tape snapshot.
Our Boston Bruins have turned the page and started the 2025-2026 season with a new coach and a relatively new roster. While I won't say that it's an improved roster, I will say that after the first 2 games, they seemingly are all on the same page, working together for one common goal, which is very refreshing in my opinion. The Bruins started off the season beating the Washington Capitals on the Capitals' turf in what I would call a solid team victory up and down the roster. The special teams and the goaltending is what won the game for the Boston Bruins. While it wasn't ideal to give the Washington Capitals 5 power play opportunities, they were perfect on the night in the penalty kill. And lo and behold, the Bruins scored a power play goal. Thank you, Elias Lindholm.
Lindholm was fantastic. Over the course of 2 games, he has won 24 of 35 faceoffs. He's been where he needs to be to support Pasta, and, to quote friend of the pod, MF, this is the Lindholm we thought we were getting last season. Yes, it's early, but these early glimpses are a sight to behold.
The Bruins home opener, while it wasn't as fluid as the game against the Capitals, they did persevere, they did grind it out, they didn't give up, and they won the game in overtime on a beautiful goal by Fraser Minten. Welcome to Boston Bruins hockey, young man. And some key saves in that overtime period by Joonas Korpisalo. While I'm not going to go out on a limb and say that this is an 82-game pace that the Bruins can maintain, I'm very, very optimistic at this point in time, although it is early. The only damper on the 2-0 start is the fact that Hampus Lindholm left the game against the Blackhawks in the first period and was nowhere to be found for the remainder of the game. It appears to be being downplayed by the Boston Bruins in terms of precautionary, lower body injury, not related to the knee. I'm hopeful that that is in fact the case, but we can ill afford to have Lindholm out for any extended period of time, as he is going to be a key component to the Bruins' success this season.
I agree. The Chicago game was more of a roller coaster than I would have liked. A few bad habits still managed to rear their ugly heads. Odd man rush breakdowns and some sloppy passes and the occasional bad transition. We also saw our quote-unquote favorite problem, giving up a goal right after gaining a critical lead. However, they were shooting the puck. A lot. The power play was active, they had great zone entries for the most part, and managed to keep it in. I think we can all agree that we'd like to see a more decisive win over the Bruins' next opponent, the Buffalo Sabres. The Sabres come to Boston on Saturday, October 11th, as part of the NHL's Frozen Frenzy Spectacular. It's a no-brainer that the Bruins should beat the Sabres because, well, they're the Sabres. They're coming off of a loss in their season/home opener against the Rangers back on October 9th. Like many teams, Buffalo has also been bitten early by the injury bug, with Zach Benson taking a puck to the face in practice and Josh Norris going down in their first game. And their starting goalie, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, has been out since before the season even started, with a lower body injury that has actually resulted in Buffalo putting him formally on IR. Alex Lyon is expected in net again. It's only been 1 game for the netminder, but in spite of his 3 goals against average, he still managed a .906 save percentage in the tilt against the Rangers. Swayman will be in between the pipes, where we hope to see him be everywhere he needs to be, just like he was in Washington. It's refreshing to see a team that is seemingly coming together really well so early in the year. And so far, the attitude and effort on the ice after 2 games is nearly the same as what we saw in preseason. Let's hope they can survive the grueling 13 games over 21 days schedule. Make sure you rate and review the podcast to help us reach more listeners, and tune in weekly to our full podcast, available on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and all podcast platforms.